What is up, all you Stone Cold Superfly Illmatic Fish Keeping Funkadelics? Today I got a treat for you because we setting up a 125 for my man Daniel, aka what's that, Aqua Dan? You call it Aqua Dan. So if you ever see Aqua Dan in my live chats or my comments, that's the dude that's behind Aqua Dan. So we got 125. Here's a sad part. 125 been sitting here for a week. We got drip, drop, any little moisture in it at all, and I think that's sacrilegious. He should just go ahead and give it to me, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set this up right now. All right. So, but first thing we gotta do is we need to move this tank and set it right there because he wants it against that wall. Now, 125 is 6 feet long, so it just hangs over the edge right here. He wants it up against here so it doesn't look so, and plus he can see it from his couch that is right over there. Look what we got going on. There's all kinds of crap, things that need to be cleaned up and fixed. We got 2 canister filters in here that's had the media dirty for months, so he's cleaning that stuff. I'm not messing with that. We got some broken lids right here. But that's a quick and easy fix. We have some egg crate. I'll show you, if you guys don't know this light diffuser egg crate, what we can use that for, stick around. It might be beneficial that you find out why we use that. Bunch of sand. Now this tank is going to be set up for South and Central Americans, so he's definitely going to get geos. So we're going to rock with sand. And he's probably going to clean that out too. But stick around. Let me show you what we're going to do to get this all set up. But first, like I said, we got to move the stuff on this wall right there. All right, so here's the deal. Daniel stay in an apartment, right? And truthfully, whenever you're setting up an aquarium, especially, you know, hold on, let me turn this on. Let me see. Oh, but truthfully, whenever you're setting up an aquarium, you want to leak test it, right? But that becomes hard when you're in an apartment, right? So you're gonna have to take, you know, the gamble. There's no way for us to leak test this in this apartment. So what we're gonna do is, because this don't have, here, let me put this like this. Whoa! Let me see if you can see. All right. You see, it has some. I put a little bit of water in there. You know, there's some grime in there and everything. So I'm going ahead and this is kind of like a soft scrub type deal. I'm gonna clean it up and then take the water out. Then we're gonna inspect the seals as thoroughly as possible because we don't want this thing to leak, right? And really just cross our fingers and hope for the best. All right, so we got it pretty much cleaned up so we can get a good look at it. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, you see right there, the seal, is I'm gonna gently kind of, you know, poke my finger at it and try and like pull it up to make sure that it's still good, because like I said, we don't have a way to leak test this, so I want to make sure that the seal is in best shape as possible. Now this thing did have water in it. It wasn't like sitting around doing nothing. So that's when you really run into problems, is when it's been in storage for a long amount of time, and the heat of being in storage will sometimes, you know, weaken the bond between the glass and the silicone. But it has been running with water in it for, you know, the majority of its lifestyle. It hasn't really sat too much, so I don't foresee any issues, but I'm gonna check anyway. All right, so we got the tank in place. I cleaned it out. We're fairly sure. You guys come through. We're fairly sure that that the seals are good as much as we can do. Now I'm gonna use this egg. People call it egg crate. What is this? Light diffusers. You can get it at Lowe's or Home Depot. And what this is for is you put this at the bottom of the tank so that any big rocks or something like that is not, because okay, so like rocks have either they're sharp and pointy or they're rounded, right? Either way, all that weight is on very small points. And with a big tank like this, you're going to be tempted to put bigger rocks in there. So what you do is you get this light diffuser, and it's real easy to cut. You know, you just take, look, anything will do, right? And you just break it in half. I measured it already, so this is the dead center. And we're going to put this at the bottom. It's going to be underneath the sand. That way, all the weight from the rocks is distributed over a bigger area, so that it's not just on one little point on the glass. Plus, if a rock falls from, like, you got it stacked up and it falls, it hits this and not on glass. All right, so this is what we got for the egg crate. You see what I'm saying? It's all in there. There's only one little spot that isn't uncovered, but most people don't put rocks right in the front like that. So we're good. Now, in all actuality, what we should do, Daniel's in the back cleaning sand. What we should do is fill it up with 1 inch of water and let it sit overnight to make sure there's no leaks. I mean, it's better to do that than to put the water all the way up high just to find out there's a leak. So 1 inch of water, let it sit overnight so there's not as much water if something does happen. But it makes for better TV if I don't say none of that. Just in case you was wondering, these are the fish that are gonna go in there. He's got a couple of geos. Let me see. He's got a couple of blue acaras. He's got different assortment of geos, and the geos are gonna love that sand. A couple of blue acaras, some rams, that gold severum, an angel, and he has that. You probably see it, that OB peacock, the blueberry peacock or whatever. That blueberry peacock's not going in there. He's gonna try and keep it Central South American. Now, if you can see in the back right there, what he has are 3 sponge filters that are stacked. He has 2 sets of those. So there's going to be, in combination, there's going to be 6 sponge filters. Each one is what, for 40?
Yeah.
So 40, a sponge filter rated for 40 times 6. And they're seeded now. They're good to go. He has this one in there. Now what's going to happen is he's going to just have the blueberry in this 40. He's taking all these other ones out. Those are going in the 125. He's not going to do live plants. I believe he's going to do silk plants, because those geos will uproot any kind of live plants he may have. And he's got some more fish coming. They're in quarantine right now, and they're going to be small. This tank is going to look empty for a little while, but when they grow in, it's going to look nice. All right, so we got some water in it. I'm be 100% honest with you. This thing was extremely cloudy. No matter how much you clean out sand, when you have this much of it, you're gonna have cloudiness. So what we did is we went ahead, filled it up, dropped it down, and then filled it back up again. So, it's still got some cloudiness to go with all the sediment and all that. But we found an issue with the tops. The tops were not the right tops for this. So he's got those 2 phoenixes that are just sitting up there. They're producing a nice bit of light. You can see the two filters on either side. Now, the reason why he has these 2 filters like that is a couple reasons. One is it can sit flush against the back of the wall. Secondly, the flow of the water is going to come out of here, come here. This one is going to come out this way. They're going to meet in the middle and then churn up. So that's going to produce a lot of surface tension, and then come back around up through the intakes. That's gonna keep the water moving. So you're not gonna have a lot of sediment sitting around. Not to mention, if there is some sediment, some dead spots, the geos will go ahead and get that into the water column. I'm gonna show you a better look in a minute, but down the center is where he has the 2 intakes for his 2 canisters, and their outtakes are gonna be on either side, pointing this way. So you're gonna have a nice flow going across there. He's also going to put those sponge filters, like I told you, on the inside. So this tank is going to be well oxygenated. He doesn't have any heaters because he keeps his house at 70 some crazy degrees. What is it, like 70?
77, 78 sometimes.
It's like Satan's bunghole up in here. It's hot. It's hot. So yo, at the end of all this, what do you foresee for this tank? What else you want to do? What else?
Other than what I have right now, throwing some angels.
Angels? Okay.
That contrast of shapes, you know.
Yeah.
Like how you were saying, South and Central, they have all different types of
Yeah.
shapes. You know, that's what makes it different from African. So
yeah.
I'm attracted to that too. Angels. Maybe some catfish.
Catfish. I personally would like to see 3 spotted Pictus or Pimadellis in there. That's just I think those the Pictus and Pimadellis catfish are well suited for these type of fish. He wants to go with Corys, which would also do well. What about a type of dither fish? I know you got. Oh yeah, by the way, he's got 4 curviceps, which are dwarf cichlids, going in there. You got any ideas for dither fish, small fish going around?
I was thinking of maybe some type of bigger tetras, maybe a Colombian tetra, Buenos Aires, something like that. You know, a bigger tetra.
And me personally, I think this would look good with some roseline sharks, the Edison barbs.
Yeah. But
But it's his tank, you know what I mean? But what would you guys, in the comments below, what would you put in it, with what he's going in right now? What would you put in this tank? He's gonna do silk plants. You got any? Tell me about the decor. What you got plans for the decor? As you can see, he has these two big old pieces of driftwood. They're real driftwood. They're not fake, so that's kind of hot. But what else you got? What else you got planned for the decor?
I got some of these big river rocks. I might get another bag, you know, spread them out a little bit. You said the silk plants.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, I'm keeping it simple.
Yeah, and with the geos, you want a lot of you know, you don't want to take up too much ground area. So
Yeah.
like I said, man, this thing is in an apartment, a ground floor apartment. I mean, we're sure it's not gonna leak. We're positive. We really believe it's not gonna leak. But what we're gonna do is he's gonna give me an update tomorrow, some footage, and I'll go ahead. But it's not gonna be. It's gonna be on this video. So watch the end of the video what it looks like when it's crystal clear. So stick around. Don't go nowhere. We're gonna see what this thing looks like crystal clear. All right, so this is what it looks like just 30 hours later. He put the plants in. He added a couple of little smaller rocks, you know, throughout the tank just to give it a little bit of aesthetic. The tank is a little bit more clear, but it's going to take some time. It's 125 gallons. I'm really digging this. Hey, oh yeah, hey, and it didn't leak. It didn't leak, so that's good. But yeah, 125 for somebody else, not for me.